You're watching 3 Questions with Kat. Hey everyone, we're just laughing and having a good time. This is Jennifer, and she is here for another episode of 3 Questions with Kat.
Yep.
Any idea what you're here to do?
No, I have no idea. She didn't give me any prep or any...
No, because we like it off the cuff. We know that your first answer is always your best answer, so don't even think about it.
Okay.
So the first question people want to know, Jennifer, is what stops people from success? Like, you're trying to go after something, you're trying to be successful, you're trying to make something happen, but then you stop yourself or something stops you. What is it that stops you from achieving success?
You know, as a very successful person myself.
That's right.
Kidding. We're all learning.
And let me stop you, because you are successful. Now, you may not be what you consider the ultimate pinnacle, because we won't get there till we die. I mean, we will always, the most successful people in the world go, there's more in me, there's more I could do. But you are successful because you're not where you used to be. And you're now living out the things you wished you could have had when you were younger. And there's people that are a few steps below you that wish they could be, for instance, on a Dhar Mann set acting. And so don't ever put yourself down just because you haven't reached the place you want to reach yet. So I digress, but I am an encouragement coach, and whenever I see negative self-talk, we got to nip it in the bud. We're all guilty of it, not just Jennifer. I'm guilty. We're all guilty of it. So what do you think stops people from having success?
I would definitely... There's probably a lot of different things, and it's probably different for everyone. A few things that everyone can work on, though, is bravery. Because if there's something that you would do if you had no fear, but you're like, I don't know, maybe they won't this, or it's too soon, or I'm not this enough yet, or I haven't gotten the right headshots yet. Or I'm too afraid to talk to them, so I'm just going to stay over here. What'll happen is you will fail, but you won't fail every single time. And so some of those times you'll succeed, and you'll be so glad you took the chance. And the other times you fail, just brush it off. Who cares? Because you're already on to the next one. You're already trying for the next thing. And so
there's two that's really good, and nobody has given me that answer. There's 2 things on that I was thinking of. I forget who the woman is, but I think she wrote a book on the topic. But she came up with a phrase, and I think it was, all you need is 15 seconds of courage. Like, whatever it is, if it's to ask that person out, if it's to raise your hand, if it's to go, submit your headshot, whatever it is, all you need is 15 seconds of bravery. So you don't have to think of it as in, like, I have to become this warrior ready to tackle everything. It's like just that 15 seconds of courage for whatever this one little thing is. And what was the other thing you said besides, you said something else I wanted to comment on. I'll think of it later. There's a lot of successful people, and they say that the most successful people fail forward fast. So the more you fail, if you fail, we all do. Anybody who's ever tried something has failed. So if you allow yourself to fail forward fast and just not stay down and be like, oh, I failed. So what? Get back up. Name one successful person who hasn't failed. You can't. You can't.
You're going to learn something. Get those failures out. So then the wins start coming more often, maybe.
That's true. And you learn from your failures. And if you wallow in it and sit there, maybe not. But if you go, gosh, just start questioning, why did I fail? Why didn't this work out this time? And just start asking yourself questions and journaling and figuring out, oh, it's because I didn't add the baking powder to the cookie recipe. And then you'll figure out why you did it if you allow yourself to stop and analyze, but you're not going to do that if you just sit wallowing in the failure. The second question I like to ask is, how do you get over obstacles? You got something standing in your way and you want to become this or do this or have this, but okay, you feel stuck. There's some obstacle standing in your way. How do you get over that in order to move on, to move past it?
Perseverance maybe is a good word.
And that's never give up. You just keep going, keep trying, keep persevering.
You can also think of it as try a different door. Like if you're knocking on this door and you've knocked on it for so long, but then this door opens and you're like, I don't know, I can't take that door because I'm still knocking on this door. Go in that open door. See where that door leads. Maybe it's a window that goes around the side.
What a concept. It might lead to the same place you want to go, just a different way in.
Yes.
You know, and there's a lot of, I mean, we can think of that probably in a lot of industries, but like in you know, Hollywood, trying to become an actor, sometimes being a PA on set, you'll learn a bunch. Sometimes being an extra on set first, you'll learn so much that you'll get more knowledge, so that when you do get the acting jobs, or it can parlay into different things. And sometimes what you think is like, oh, that's not part of my lane, that's not what I want, could be the very key.
Never say, that's the wrong attitude. Try to be more of a, sure, where will this lead? I don't know, curiosity.
Because if a door is closed, the door is closed.
And
sometimes it's for your protection. You know, God doesn't want you to go in every door. So, you know, you have to trust that if a door is closed, that God has a better one He's going to open for you. So perseverance, that's awesome. The third and final question I like to ask is, what do you wish you would have known 5 years ago?
5 years ago was not that long ago.
It was not that long
20
ago.
20 years ago? 5 years ago?
But new, fresh revelation that's got you like, oh, if I would have only known that, I could have applied that, things would have been a little, you know,
that's interesting.
Different.
I'm not sure
But
I
it
look
could
back
be
with too many regrets. I feel like I have always been the brave person, so it's hard for me to look back and say, man, I wish of this, because I really was trying my best at all times.
But is there
there's probably
any
definitely a lot that I have learned that I didn't know.
Yes.
But it's hard for me to say I wish I had known that then, because I just didn't know it then. You know, I hadn't tried it yet.
But this is like giving advice to the people watching. So something you've learned in the last 5 years where it's like, oh man, if I would have had that bit of information, I could have gotten ahead, whether it's physically, whether it's in your career, whether it's mentally, something you overcame.
Surround yourself. My best place that I'm doing right now is people that are on your side. If you find there's someone in your friends list or something that is not a team member with you, they're
working
surround
against
yourself
you.
with your team members, the people that you give to them and they're giving back to you. And the more you can surround yourself with people like that, the more you're feeling good about yourself. I think there's a lot of, in the beginning, reaching for the things that are just, they're not giving back to you. They're focused on themselves. So
you're giving people permission to cut off the one-sided relationships. The people that you're giving to but aren't giving back.
At this point, there's no more people like that in my life. If you're not bringing to the Jennifer Ingrum team, then we don't have time.
That's awesome.
Because I give back for sure. I'm a cheerleader too, and an encourager. And I like to see when people can also be reciprocating with that.
I love that. So you know your value and you know your worth in order to get to that place. So if people want to look you up, where can they find you?
My only social media is on Instagram. I'm at Jennifer Ingrum, INGRUM. But I think I have an IMDb page.
And is Jennifer 2 N's?
Oh yeah, JENNIFER. There's some industry pages, but I'm not sure. There's got a lot of like.
You can find her. You'll Google her. You'll find
Jennifer
her. But
Ingrum.
Follow her on Instagram. All right. Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you so much for having me. She's the sweetest, and she's so fun to work with. And she was in my first Starman video, Ballerina Fat Shamed, last year.
Oh, you were so good in that.
That was me, a special friend.
Aw. Bye, guys. To overcome your obstacles standing in the way of your success and have the tips you need to reach your dreams.